We want to make absolute most of our time with our wonderful speakers here. I know that people will most likely join during this webinar and leave and enter. So for the ones who are here on time, I want to thank you very much and also um, give an official start of this first edition of the summer program alumni panel. Hello to all the friends from all over the world who are joining. We have an international speaker panel from Japan and from El Salvador, and I know that we have people here joining from all over the world as well. So I want to officially welcome you to this panel. This is a special event created for you who's interested in the summer program. It's an opportunity for you to learn more about our summer program from the upcoming summer, and also to learn from the experience from our wonderful alumni who have already had the experience and the pleasure of being here at UC Davis. It's also an opportunity for you to see how diverse we are here today, and that to understand that at UC Davis we welcome people from all over the world. So, without further ado, I want to give the opportunity to our speakers to briefly introduce themselves. And then I have a long list of questions to bring you up to speed on what the summer programs are. So I'll ask Natsuki to briefly introduce yourself, maybe who you are, where you're from, and what you're currently doing.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Natsuki Yoshikawa. I'm from Japan and I'm a Japanese prosecutor at Ministry of Justice. Yes.
Thank you. And what are you currently doing? Because you're here also
Yes.
at the west coast of the United States. What are you currently doing here?
I'm currently a LLM student at UC Davis.
Yes, so after doing your summer programs, you loved it so much that you stayed at UC
Yes.
Davis. Thank you very much, Natsuki, for your introduction. And Alessandra, we also have you here. Who are you? Where are you from? And what are you currently doing?
Thanks, Melvin. I'm Alessandra Castillo. I'm from El Salvador. I'm an associate at Dentons, and I did my summer program last year, which was great. So it's great getting to see you again and getting
Yes,
to see Natsuki. So
yes.
it's going to be a wonderful morning.
Great, great. I'm very happy to hear that. So thank you all for joining here today. Of course, I will have the opportunity to ask some questions to our panelists, and at the same time, I will also give some more information to the people who are present here, just in case they don't know what the summer programs are and how they're structured. So maybe I'll give just a brief overview over what the summer programs are that we offer this year, and then I'll go into some questions for you. Of course, for the people who are currently here, you might know that our summer programs are structured in three different programs. In chronological order, they start in end of June, so June 29 this year. For a 2 week program, there will be English for legal professionals, and we usually call it short for ELP. English for Legal Professional is a program that is designed for intermediate and advanced level English speakers interested in improving their English language skill for success in a legal oriented career. Um, it is really focused on um, English production, English argument, so oral production and written production. You learn to write legal memos, you do legal presentations, oral arguments, and you solve legal problems. The other summer program that follows just after that is Orientation in USA Law. Orientation in USA Law is a different program. It focuses in a program of 3 weeks from July 13 to July 31st. It focuses on every single aspect of the US legal system. So the US legal system with the court system, the case law system, the constitutional law, contracts, civil liability, civil procedure, property, criminal law, criminal procedure, evidence, every single aspect that you can think of, and dependent on the availability of faculty, even topics like environmental law, taxation, securities law, and technology law. And then this year, we will have a different last summer program, a 1 week program on international arbitration, where you will learn from a current faculty member here, explore the principles, procedures, and practices that are governing the resolutions of cross-border commercial disputes through arbitration. So this might be something that our panelists are not aware of because last year there was another summer program. Maybe I'll start with one question for Natsuki, and I'll also ask it to Alessandra. Is how did you first hear of UC Davis School of Law? Because there are so many schools out there in the United States that offer summer programs, but also LLM programs. So how did you end up hearing from the UC Davis LLM program, Natsuki?
LLM?
The summer
I,
program, just about UC
mhm.
Davis in general.
Okay. As for summer program, I learned about this program on UC Davis Law website after I was admitted to LLM course. And also in the past, Japanese prosecutors joined this UC Davis Law program, like summer program. So my colleague recommended this to me, so I learned this program.
Yes, thank you, Natsuki. Yes, it is true that we have a long heritage of Japanese judges and Japanese prosecutors and Japanese governmental workers that come to UC Davis School of Law, whether it is for the summer program or for the LLM program. And that kind of trickles down. You see, it's kind of like everyone refers everyone year after year. So it's very nice to have you here in the LLM program, of course, but also to have had you here in the summer program and learning from your experience because everyone comes here with a different background and maybe knows someone else that we had here 15 years ago. So it's great to have you here. And Alessandra, how was it for you? Because Natsuki got admitted into the LLM program, which is one way to get in, and you just came for the summer program. So how did you choose UC Davis School of Law?
I first heard from the program from my boss.
Hmm.
He did something very similar when he was younger, and I really wanted have orientation into US law because we're international lawyers, so we need kind of that part of the common law system versus our legal system to help clients. So that's how I heard. Then I started investigating and looking up things, and your website was great to getting to know the program and everything. So that's how I first got to know UC Davis.
That's great. And how did you, so it made you interested because you had the experience from someone previous and then the website spoke to you and then you chose
Exactly.
the summer program here.
Yeah, and I got into contact with Michelle. She was wonderful. She did wonders with me, and she was always available to answer questions and to getting to know a bit more about the program. So it was truly helpful.
Great, great. And so maybe for the purpose of the speakers who or the listeners who are here present, Natsuki, which summer program did you choose last year?
Yes, I chose the orientation in US law program, but originally I planned to attend in person, but because of visa issue, I took this program online.
Yes, absolutely. And that was one of the first times that we have access of the online program for the summer program. So you'll be able to tell us a little bit more about your experience. Of course, it was a shame that you weren't able to come with the visa restrictions, but those are things that we learn to work with and that we offer solutions for. And Alessandra, which summer program did you choose? I think you also chose just summer orientation in USA Law,
Yeah,
correct?
exactly.
Okay, great. And what was the part of the program, or what were the highlights of the program, Natsuki, that you enjoyed in the orientation in USA Law?
Yes, I took this online, but online program was very well designed. The video lecture was very clear and easy to follow, so I didn't have any difficulties. And throughout program, I was able to get used to English environment, and also I was able to get basic knowledge of US legal system, so it helped me join the LLM program.
Yes, so for you, it was really it was really a start to get the LLM program knowledge. It was kind of to warm yourself up to the LLM program and to make sure that you didn't dive into the deep waters without having a little bit of knowledge and understanding before that. So yeah, that is one great way to see it because some people who are accepted into the LLM program, they maybe come from a very different system. They don't know about the law system in the United States, and they want to do something to get a little bit more knowledge before they start. So that is why one way to do it, and that is why the summer programs are so popular, is because they offer a way to students to get some knowledge before the program actually starts. And Alessandra, how was it? How was it for you? What were the aspects that you really liked of the orientation in USA Law program?
I think the whole program was wonderful. It was great, but I think I would highlight the fact that we got to know the professors and we got to see all aspects. And whenever we had a question, it was great to ask and they would get back to you. And with the whole class, it was very interactive.
Hmm.
I'm a very talkative person, so it was great to getting to know that in-person meeting with the professors and getting to ask a lot of questions actually, as the system is truly very different from the one in our countries. It's wonderful getting to know the different system.
Yeah, and can you explain maybe for the purpose of the people who are here, what a day in the life of a summer program participant looked like? Can you walk us through what the day looked like, just so that they understand what they can expect if they want to join this year?
Of course, I was grateful to live on campus. I had like the whole American experience.
Hmm.
I got up early for breakfast. I got to get ready, and then I went walking to my classes, which was great. It was wonderful to see the campus and to talk to people. Everyone was so nice. And we had class from like 8:30 to the afternoon. Then we went to lunch. We ate very calmly. Then we went back. It was nice to have that space to relax and
Hmm.
then get back to class. And at the very evening, we finished our classes around 4. We had some weeks where it was a bit more hectic, so we had
Hmm.
classes until 7 or 8. And it was very nice. Then we went walking through the campus as at summertime it's a bit later that the sun sets, so
Hmm.
we got to explore campus. So it was great.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And Natsuki, I know that you weren't able to come here in person, but maybe you can walk us through a day in your life while you were enrolled in the summer program. How did it look like for you? Were you doing still your regular work and then you looked at the recordings, or how did that work for you?
Yes, I took the program online, so my schedule was quite flexible.
Hmm.
I kept my daily life, like working regular job and doing my family stuff. So in my free time, I watched the recorded lectures,
Hmm.
so which is very flexible.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you have an opportunity to interact with the teachers, or did you have the opportunity to interact with the people in the program?
Yes, I had a many opportunity to interact with professors. Professor gave me opportunity to meet online, like
Hmm.
through Zoom.
Yeah,
So I was able to ask questions to professors, so which helped me to understand lectures.
great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And then now that you have the experience that you have right now, when you're looking back at the program, are there some things that you wish you had done differently? Maybe you have thought about it now after a while and you say, oh, maybe I wish I had done something different or something that I wish I knew before the program. Alessandra, did you have any experience like this? Was everything for you perfect that you thought it couldn't have been any better? Or afterwards you said, oh, I wish I had done a little bit more asking questions, or I wish I'd explored a little bit more, or do you have anything like that?
Um, Not really. I was very thankful and very grateful that the program was very interactive
Hmm.
and we had this interaction with professors. Um, it's to come with an open mind because the systems are very different from one
Hmm.
another, from my country to the US. So that was one part that I would like to focus and to maybe highlight for everyone that if you go to the UC Davis program, you have to go with an open mind and to explore and ask questions. That's always the best thing to do. But a side note I would love to do, if you have the chance to rent a bike, you should do it. I did not do it, and I would have been grateful to have done it. It was
Yes.
very late when I chose to rent a bike, and it was not good.
Yes, I think it's good for the people who are present here in this presentation to understand that Davis, the city of Davis, so not only the campus, the city of Davis is the bike capital of the United States. So this, of course, helps that Davis is mostly flat, but it is also the bike capital of the United States. So there's a lot of bike infrastructure. There's a lot of opportunities to ride your bike on campus. We have bike highways. And so everything is easier to access close by. You can also discover a little bit further than just the campus, which Alessandra discovered a little bit late, but you still had the
Yes.
opportunity to rent a bike and go around a little bit.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, maybe explaining a little bit more about the summer programs that we will have available this year, since I see that we have more participants than at the beginning that I was explaining it. I really want to reiterate the summer programs that we have available. The summer programs that we have available this year, in chronological order, will be the 2-week summer program of English for Legal Professional, which is designed for intermediate to advanced level English speakers for really improving their English language skills for a legal oriented career. It is a program where you have approximately 30 hours of classes and events. And that is one of the next questions that I want to ask our panelists is about the various events and trips that they took during the event. But first, go back to the programs that are offered. Um, with English for Legal Professionals, you review all the opportunities to do group projects, oral legal arguments. You learn to write letters, legal. You also have a legal exam, legal essay exam. You analyze case hypotheticals and you solve legal problems. Then in the next summer program, you really have an opportunity to discover every single aspect of the US legal system. This is Orientation in USA Law, which is a 3-week program which our participants, our panelists have taken last year. And you have an opportunity to discover different topics of the US legal system, US constitutional law, and various aspects like legal research, evidence, property, criminal law, civil procedure. You also get to do a moot court, which is a simulation of a court argument, which we can talk about in a little bit. But there's also field trips. And this is one of the next questions that I want to ask our panelists is what field trips did you participate in? Because of course they're not mandatory. You can decide to participate in the field trips. And what did you think about it? I'm gonna ask Alessandra because we know that Natsuki has done the online program. But Alessandra, what were the field trips that you participated in last year, and how did they fit into your schedule?
Thank you. We went to Lake Tahoe and we also went to San Francisco. Those
Hmm.
were the main two trips that we took, and we went to the county jail as
Yes.
well. It was great because we got to know a bit more of the country
Mhm.
and to explore a bit more of California and well, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Um, it was great because we got to bond with the other students from the program. We got to get to know Professor Mori a bit more. He's part of the program in UC Davis, and Michelle. They were very helpful, and it was part of the whole experience. I think it's great if you get to do it in
Mhm.
in-person programs because you get to understand a bit more of the country
Yeah.
and a bit more of your colleagues.
Absolutely. So what I propose to do, and I'm not going to do this right now, but just for the participants to know, right at the end of the presentation, when we have asked some questions, if you have some questions, I will share the link of the field trips that we have available, and then you can view some videos that we have taken from previous years, just to get you a little bit of a taste of what it would look like in the summer program. But like Alessandra said, we try to do uh, informational and fun trips next to the summer program because Monday to Friday is really very much focused on classes. 3 week program from Monday to Friday can also be pretty tough, even though it's something you do by choice. It's still a program that you put a lot of time and effort in. So during the weekends, you have the time to relax, and we try to organize some group events, some organized events, like Alessandra was saying, a trip to Lake Tahoe, which is about 2 hours away. It's Alpine Lake in a very beautiful area, which is Lake Tahoe, which is really very green area. It's not a national park, but it could be. It's a very pretty area. And then also 2 hours away, it's San Francisco, which of course is a great city. This is usually the city that you fly into if you come do the in-person program. And when you fly into it, you have a view from above, but you can't really discover the city itself. So we do our best to make it as fun and interactive for the people to know their environment and not only see the city of Davis and the campus, but also the surrounding cities. So maybe moving on to how your experience was and the knowledge that you've gained, Natsuki, when you look at the classes you took, right? You also took orientation in USA law. How do you think the knowledge and skills that you've gained in this summer program will benefit you in your future, but also, I guess, in your opportunity, in your case, how did they benefit you in the LLM program?
Yes, this program was very helpful for starting my LLM degrees because back in Japan, I didn't use English at all in my daily life, and I didn't have any knowledge about US law system. So this program helped me to get used to like English environment,
Hmm.
and also I was able to get basic structure of US legal system, which
Hmm.
helped me start my LLM program. So yes.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. It's great information to know because people who want to maybe participate in an LLM program, whether they want to do it here at UC Davis or in another in another LLM program in the United States, they need to know that it is possible that you have a little bit of adaptation time. If you don't usually speak English, you might need a few weeks to get used to the English in your in the LLM program. And this is one of the opportunities to warm up a little bit before the LLM program is with a summer program. So thank you for sharing that, Natsuki. And for you, Alessandra, all the knowledge that you've learned, all the information, how did that translate into useful information or skills in your daily life as a professional?
It's been very helpful. I've had maybe not used exactly what I have
Sure.
learned, but it's part of getting to know the US legal system and how it is structured. then how it's comparable to our legal system because we have many international clients,
Hmm.
so that we may offer legal advice that suits their needs
Hmm.
truly. And that way we get a better understanding of what they are looking for
Yeah.
versus what we could give in the local sense.
Yeah.
So it's been very helpful.
Great. So you really get an overview over the basic information of the structure, like Natsuki was saying, the structure of the US legal system, and then you can give advice to your international, since you're an international lawyer, you really have the knowledge and the capabilities of answering specific questions that that clients have.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that insight. And now that you, of course, have passed this program, you are an alumni of the summer programs. We like to think that you're part of our UC Davis family, which you absolutely are. Um, if you have if you're looking back at your experience and you would have some tips or some advice to give to people who are here who maybe want to come this year, Natsuki, what would you say or give as advice to students who are preparing to come here for UC Davis summer program?
Mhm. Yes, since I took this program online, so my experience might be a bit different,
Hmm.
but I would recommend practicing listening to English as much as possible before joining the program. Yes, basic listening skills can help me understand the content of lectures, so I would recommend.
Thank you. Yes, and I think your experience is absolutely valid because this year we actually offer more summer programs remotely. So the first summer program that I mentioned, English for Legal Professionals, is still a fully online, fully in-person program. So you have to be here at UC Davis School of Law, but the orientation in USA Law is also offered remotely this year, which last year was kind of an emergency situation that we needed to work with. But this year we have offered it as one of the integral parts. So you either have the option to take it online or in person. And the third summer program, the international arbitration, is also offered online. So I think it's very valid for you to share your experience as like the first generation online for the summer program to share what your insights are and how you lived it. So thank you for sharing that that was really the aspect that you wanted to focus on is really listening and learning basic understanding of English. So thank you, Natsuki. And for you, Alessandra, if you're looking back at the summer programs, if you would have a piece of advice to give to someone that is preparing for a summer program this year, what would you say?
I would suggest going with an open mind
Hmm.
and asking questions and get to know your colleagues, your professors, enjoy your time at UC Davis. It's truly a wonderful experience. You will have that experience for the rest of your life. And yeah, I think that going with an open mind and just asking all of the questions that you can think of
Yeah.
would make the experience amazing.
I think it's definitely something that you shouldn't be shy. I think a lot of people and different cultures are absolutely like that, that it is a little bit innate of the culture. Since you're in the United States, it's a new opportunity, it's a new possibility, and I think this is something like you hear it from the participants here, from the panelists. You really need to take the opportunity of being here with both hands and see yourself outside of your home comfort and learn of this new experience and be open-minded and ask a lot of questions. Even if you feel a little bit scared, usually it's when you're scared that you're learning new things. So I agree with that. And when we think of the town of Davis, because of course you're spending time at the university and more specifically at the law school. But the time in Davis, have you guys and more specifically Alessandra, of course. I know that Natsuki can actually talk about her life at UC Davis right now in the LLM program. But maybe I'll ask Alessandra first on the summer program, and then your experience now that you've been in the LLM program. When you came to UC Davis, what was your experience with the town? I know that you've had a little bit of opportunity to discover the town. What did you think of the town, and how did you enjoy it?
The town was great. I went to many of the bookstores. It was wonderful, and the people were so nice. So if you get the chance to really go into the town and getting to talk to people or go to a restaurant or a bookshop, it's great. If you get the chance to go to one of the used bookstore, it's wonderful to talk to the people because they are in rotation. It's they offer their time there, so it's
Mhm.
very nice to getting to talk to them. And as a whole, getting to know the whole UC Davis town, it's great. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Natsuki, how has your life here in Davis been? I know that you have a different experience. You haven't been able to get in the summer program, but then you have been here almost already for a full year in the LLM program. So how has the life been for you? You've been spending more time here, so maybe you have some insights and some tips for people when they come here to Davis, how they can spend their time, and how was it for you spending your time here in Davis?
Yes, I really like the Davis town. The town is very clean and safe and peaceful and quiet, so I think Davis is very comfortable and good place to live in. People are so welcoming. Yes. And sometimes I hang out with my classmates in Davis downtown where there are many restaurants and cafes. So, but I would recommend to buy bicycle. Yeah.
Yes, you can buy or even rent a bicycle when you're here for the summer programs. We have on campus, very close to the law school, we have a bike shop where you can rent a bike. So that would be absolutely recommendable. So thank you very much, Natsuki, for sharing that. I think for people who want to come here, it's good to understand that Davis is not a city like San Francisco can be. It is really a smaller city. It's a mid-size city of around 70,000 inhabitants. During the academic year, it's actually becoming much larger because we also have 40,000 students who are adding on to that. So that adds to a lot of students being in town. I think it's also important to understand what the climate is. The climate is Mediterranean, which means that in the summer program, in the summertime, during the summer programs, it can get pretty warm. If you're not used to 40-degree Celsius weather, it can be very warm. This is 100-degree Fahrenheit or more. So this is definitely something to understand if you're looking for a warm summer program time where you can spend vacation. This is definitely the right location. If you're looking for snow, you need to go somewhere else. But I do want to ask one more question. You have spent a lot of hours together with professors and various professors. Have you learned or have you seen any difference with the interaction with the professors in your home country with here? Have you seen any difference? Was there any difference in the summer program learning from these professors here, Alessandra?
Thank you for the question. I've been very fortunate to have a very good interaction with my professors here in my country and over there at UC Davis. So I wouldn't say I had a very different experience from
Hmm.
the one I was like accustomed to, but it was great and wonderful to see many professors from very different backgrounds and from
Hmm.
very different countries too. So it was just nice to getting to know them. Yeah.
Thank you. And Natsuki, how was it for you learning from the online program, from the recordings? Was it different, the experience that you had from learning from the way they were teaching the materials from what you were used to in Japan, or did you have any experience particularly to share about your experience with the faculty, with the
Mhm.
professors?
I think compared to Japan, there is more like interaction with professors,
Hmm.
and professors are very open to questions. So, yeah.
Yeah, so very, very different for you in the sense that there is more interaction. Are you in Japan maybe more used to lectures?
Yes, there is Japanese style is more like a lecture style, so that is a very different from Japan.
I think also since you have been part of the LLM program, I think this might be something that you have learned during the academic year here is that classes are very interactive. And in certain schools or even in certain countries, it's usually that you listen for an hour to the professor and then you go home and maybe you study some exam material. But here it's actually much different. You actually interact with the professor. You ask questions during the program. There is much more of like a back and forth communication in the class rather than afterwards or sending an email. It is a much more open way of communicating. So thank you for sharing your experience, Natsuki. And I know that we're already getting close to the end of the questions that I had foreseen. So I want to ask you one more question. If you had to choose your favorite memory. I know that maybe for Natsuki it will be a different memory, but you can still come up with a memory that you have here from the LLM program. What would be your favorite memory if you had to choose one for the summer program? Maybe something that you learned in class or here for the LLM program. I'm happy to hear from it.
Yes. As for summer program, my favorite class was contracts class. The explanation was very clear and there were some practice questions which helped me understand my knowledge. And later, I took contract class in my first semester of LLM study, and I found it much easier to follow because I already have some knowledge about contract law from the summer program. So I think contract is favorite class of my summer program. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. It's great to really hear that this summer program helped you so much to have a preparation for the LLM program. And that is really the goal of these summer programs is to prepare you and to give you some knowledge. Of course, to immerse you in the English language before you start the LLM program, but then also to see that the contracts class was actually easier to understand because you had some prior knowledge. That is really great to hear that that has such a big impact. And as we go to Alessandra, if people in the comments want to ask some questions for our participants, please feel free to share them. When Alessandra gives her favorite memory from the summer program, which I'm sure is probably a long list, Alessandra. Um, Please feel free to share your questions in the chat so that we can ask our panelists some questions. So, Alessandra, going to you, what was your favorite memory, or were your favorite memories, if you have multiple? Please feel free to share them with us.
Um, well, everything about the program was great, but I think what I would love to highlight are the courts and the moot court and the criminal court
Yeah.
that we did.
Hmm.
We got to experience, at least some of us got to experience being a jury or being the defense or the prosecution. So it
Hmm.
was great to kind of get into the system and get more experience and knowledge about it.
Yeah.
Because when you interact with the system, it's far easier to get to understand it. So it was kind of, I think, my best memory and one of the things that I would love to highlight, that if you go to the in-person process of the program, you will get that part of the experience and you will get to participate in a moot court and you will get to participate in a criminal proceeding
Yeah.
that you get to do there. So it's, I think it's one of the highlights that I would love to emphasize.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That was actually one of my highlights too. Together with the field trips, I think that is
Yes.
one of the most fun things because people really engage and you really take to heart the role that you're given. I think you were part of the defendants. You were the
Yeah.
defendant's a lawyer, and so everyone really gets into. The you have the defendant, then you have the defendant's lawyer, then you have the people who are prosecuting. It was really interesting to see the back and the forth, and there was a judge also who was giving the time to actually yeah, to be a judge in the proceedings. So it was a real the real deal, but then for fake.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed seeing you. Of course, I see Natsuki here more often, but really good to see you both here and to talk about the summer programs and to bring back good memories. I really enjoyed talking to you here. Let's see, we have some questions in the chat, so let's see if we have some questions here. So we have a question from Uchena. Um, how long does the summer program last? Can it be done online? And I would like to talk further with Alessandra more on her experience there. I'm considering to do the program. Well, first of all, Uchena, that's great to hear. It's great to hear that you want to join. Um, what I would like to emphasize, and maybe what I can do is I can share my screen briefly with the PowerPoints so that I can show the information more directly on the screen so that it's less of me talking but more showing information. You can see here, I'm not going to do the whole presentation, but you can see here that the first summer program, English for Legal Professionals, is from June 29 to July 10. It's a 2-week program which is on site, so this is not available online. You can see roughly from 10 a.m. to noon we have classes, and then from 1 to 2 you can see here the tuition and the enrollment fee. So there is no online program. When it comes to orientation in USA law, you can see that it is a 3-week program. This program is an on-site program in University of California, Davis, but we also have a new online option where you can get class recordings and a weekly meeting. You usually start in the morning around 9 a.m. to noon, and additional afternoon classes and moot court preparations, etc., like Alessandra was explaining before. And you can see here the tuition for this year and for the new option if you want to do the online option. What I want to highlight is that the fee available here, the fee is just a one-time fee. So if you're interested in just a one summer program, or if you're interested in multiple summer programs, this is just a one-time fee that you pay. You don't pay for each individual program that you want to follow. And then the third summer program that we have is from August 3rd to August 7th, and this is also an on-site or online option available. So this is for you to understand that 2 of the 3 summer programs are available online. If you have some more questions, of course, feel free to ask them right now. Uchena, if you want to talk to Alessandra, she's here still for a little bit for 10-15 more minutes. So if you have more specific questions, feel free to ask them. If you are more interested, I don't know, Alessandra, would you be interested to share your email if she wants to email you directly?
Okay, please feel free to share my email, please.
Okay, great. So if you don't feel if you don't feel like you want to talk right now, that's no problem. We can accommodate also interaction with you can continue the conversation with Alessandra after the summer program. But I'm very happy to give some more information if you are looking for some more information on the summer program. What I can do, what I promised before, is share some links for anyone who is still here and wants to know more about the summer programs or learn some more about the videos that we have. I will share them in the chat. So this is the link that you can find more information on each individual summer program for. This is the page that I will share right now on the screen. This is the general page where you can find all the information from. So you can see here the summer program overview On our main UC Davis website page, you can find the section on summer programs, and you can see all the three summer programs listed here. You can also enroll. You can enroll in each summer program. You can click on apply. So let me share that in the chat with you too, so that you can find very easy access to all the various summer programs. And then what I had mentioned before, I will share some links of some videos that we have made, some videos about a field trip to Napa, which is not a field trip that anyone has taken here because this is part of the English for Legal Professionals. So this is a field trip where you go to the wine country of Napa, very close, about an hour away from Davis. So that might be an interesting video to view. And then with regards to the summer program, I have some more um, testimonial links if anyone wants to see some testimonials of other alumni. Um, I want to share those with you too, just in case you are looking for more insights on the summer program. I'm looking also and monitoring in the chat if there are any more questions. I don't see any more questions. So what I want to do is um, please ask everyone to thank all the participants, the panelists for their time. I'm happy to stay on until 10 o'clock. I know that the participants are very busy. Natsuki is currently preparing for her finals, which are they're coming very fast in a few weeks, and I'm sure Alessandra is very busy at your job too. So thank you very much for taking the time out and connecting with us. It was very nice to talk to you and go back down memory lane and talk about the summer programs. It really made me happy to also start the summer programs again very soon because we will be able to see new wonderful people just like you were last year in the new summer programs. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it very much. I will stay on a little bit longer just in case there are um, some more questions, but thank you very much.